Welcome to this tutorial. The goal of this presentation is to give you a good idea what is important when drafting any kind of ETSI deliverable. Please consider the structure of this presentation. We're going to go through the main drafting elements you need to know about and also show you the tools provided for you, where to get help and information, and finally go through some of the most common issues and blocking points EditHelp usually encounters. So, let's begin. If it is the first time you work on an ETSI deliverable, we invite you to listen to the entire presentation. If not, and you would like to find an answer to a specific question, then we invite you to consult the FAQ first by clicking on the link that just appeared on your screen. And if you have already done this but could not find the answer, we suggest you contact EditHelp directly, and we will make sure to provide you the information you are looking for. The EditHelp website is also a source of useful information. It was developed to give in a glance all the content you may be interested in. If it is your first ETSI deliverable, we encourage you to read the booklet called Writing World-Class Standards. This booklet starts with the basics for rapporteurs who are new to standardization or new to ETSI, and it then goes on with guidance on how to choose the right type of standard, how to structure a standard and draft it, how to express the technical requirements so that you achieve your goals, and finally, how to validate, test, and maintain a standard. If it's not a first publication but a revision of an already published deliverable that you have to produce, it is essential that you start working on the latest published version. In case you are not sure that the one you have is the latest version, it is necessary to search in the right place for the proper version. Select the latest published version and download the Word document, or you can also ask EditHelp to provide you with the most recent publication. A very practical set of rules for drafting is the ETSI Drafting Rules document, commonly named EDRs, which is available at the following link. Every year, the Secretariat studies the necessity to review these rules. This is why it is essential to make sure that you always have the latest updated version of the EDRs when writing your deliverable. These set of rules state what is permitted and what is not when drafting an ETSI deliverable. Depending on its nature, normative or informative, the rules are different. Whether you are dealing with normative references or informative references, normative provisions and informative recommendations, the rules are not the same depending on the type of deliverable you are working on. Indeed, European harmonized standards have specific rules which are not quite the same as with technical reports. You will also find all verbal forms for the expression of provisions, which are explicitly specified in the EDRs. Depending on the nature of your deliverable, some provisions are not permitted. Reproduction of third-party material is allowed only under very strict conditions in ETSI deliverables, and this is the same with the use of trade names and trademarks. Some communiques have been produced to provide more guidance regarding these sensitive topics. As a rule, if you reproduce third-party material, permission should be asked for first. It is best, however, to just cite the text, figure, table, etc. of the document so-and-so. If, for readability concerns, you still wish to reproduce third-party material, it is essential you ask for authorization from the copyright holder. This page here contains a template from the EditHelp website, which may be used in such cases. If you are developing a brand new standard, the best way to start is to download the right skeleton. These can be downloaded from this page here. At the same time, and from the same location, we invite you also to download the guide named Principles for Drafting an ETSI Deliverable with the Use of Skeletons. This guide contains all the details you will need when drafting your deliverable. It follows the complete structure of the draft from beginning to end, starting with the cover page and ending with the history box. Here you'll find some interesting links. For example, on the left, a video guide which gives you the whole tour of the website. Otherwise, you may click on the editing checklist in the second column to find, for example, a 4-page document with all kinds of reminders. In the next column, in News from EditHelp, you'll find all recent and non-recent communiques produced by EditHelp. Recently, updated topics were references and trademarks. On this page, you have the application called TEDI, which contains all the definitions of terms and abbreviations which EditHelp systematically records and stores before each publication. This database is very useful when you're looking for a specific definition. It is impossible to publish a deliverable which is not compliant with the ETSI drafting rules. To avoid such a situation, EditHelp proposes a service called Cleanup. All the details are available on this communiqué. This service is dedicated to prevent any misunderstanding and thus helps raise all blocking issues and offers practical solutions before the approval of the draft. Here is a short summary of the most frequent issues we encounter that will, for sure, block the publication of your deliverable if not properly addressed beforehand. We have, by the way, edited a document which lists these issues we commonly face and how to handle them. You can access this document by clicking here. Please note the following contact details of our service. Thank you for listening to this tutorial.